again, this is Ed. I'm going to do some basic ground fault troubleshooting with our GFPE panel. Let's say you've got a circuit that keeps going into ground fault. You can tell that because on the board, one of these lights for whatever circuit, let's say circuit number 2, will be red. Okay? Try to reset it. And if you try to reset it and it sounds like this, the device is not allowing you to reset it because you're actually in ground fault. So I'll reset all these circuits here. So one of the first things you should do at that point, take a mega reading on your cable like it shows in the instructions to see if you do have a path to ground. If you don't have a mega at the ready, take the offending circuit, in this case circuit number 2, disconnect it with power off, of course, and connect it to another circuit and reactivate the panel and see if that ground fault follows the cable or it stays resident on that circuit. If it stays resident on that circuit, there could be an issue with the GFPE board. In that case, call customer service and we'll troubleshoot the board with you and possibly get you another board out, or you can send the entire back panel back and we'll replace that board and turn it around right away. But typically, it's not this. Typically, it's in the cable. So if the problem does follow the cable, now you have to do cable troubleshooting, and then you have to open up junction boxes and all the typical thing looking for damage to that wire. Another thing to look for is if you got single phase loads like 277 or 120 and each of those cables has its own neutral, you got to keep in mind that that neutral must be isolated from all the other neutrals. What sometimes happens is out in the field, those neutrals could get swapped or tied together, which could be a standard wiring practice if it's not for ground fault. And if you do that, then you will definitely get a ground fault condition. It could be misleading too, because due to tolerance of components on here, one of these circuits might react faster than the other circuit. So if you move cables around and that ground fault keeps following between two circuits, they might be sharing a neutral. So if you suspect that you're sharing a neutral, go inspect your junction boxes or disconnect both of the neutrals and put an ohm reading on there just to find out where they're tied together. Again, if this device is going like this, that means you definitely have a ground fault someplace. That's pretty much it. Thanks.